Thanks for joining us on the program, everyone. This is Beyond 100 Days with Nifemi Oguntoye, elder statesman and leader of Pan-Yoruba social cultural group Afenifere. Ayo Adebanjo is dead. According to a statement by his family, he died peacefully this morning at his Lekki home here in Lagos at the age of 96. Pa Adebanjo was a foremost nationalist, distinguished lawyer, distinct politician, and proponent of true federalism. The former organizing secretary of the Action Group and national leader of Afenifere is survived by his 94-year-old wife, Christy Ayo Adebanjo, children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. A condolence register has now been opened at his residence in Lagos and his country home in the Sonyogbo near Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. The family is also consulting with his friends, associates, numerous interest groups across the country to fine-tune plans for a befitting funeral detail, which they say will be communicated in due course. We're also following closely with developments as to reactions trailing his demise. As we speak, President Tinubu has released a statement. He's described the passing of Pa Adebanjo as the loss of a political leader. He praised the former chieftain as a man whose struggle for justice, democracy, and national unity has left an indelible mark on Nigeria's history. The president added that Pa Adebanjo's principled voice, which resonated through decades of political activism, will be deeply missed. He said, quote, "As a nation, we will miss his regular interventions in national affairs, which enriched our political discourse." End of quote. Let's bring in National Organizing Secretary of Afenifere, Kale Omololu, who joins me on the program this hour. Thanks for joining us at such a short notice, Mr. Mololu. I'd like us to begin by understanding how Afenifere under Pa Reuben Fashion is receiving the news of the demise of Pa Adebanjo.
Thank you, Nifemi. Thank you for this. It's a sad occurrence, and I can tell you, our leader was not aware that Baba was under the weather for a while. We kept it away from him. But this afternoon, we have to break the news to him. He received it with so much sadness. You see, these are comrades since 1951. They are not like us, these young folks. They've been coming a long way. In their misunderstanding, they know how to patch it together. He felt bad, he fell alone. Baba Fashion fell alone. A lot of people are with him in Akure now consoling him. You know, he didn't feel good about it at all. But what can we do? Baba died at a ripe age. Baba should be 97 very soon. I think it's next month or so. You know, we are talking of a titan. We are talking of an Awolowo incarnate. We are talking of a highly principled human being who fears no foe, who will say truth to power at any time. A man who has never changed party since 1951. That is our leader, who we have just lost today.
Absolutely. We're going to talk about his legacy shortly and how you think it will be remembered. But you're talking about how Pa Fashion is reacting. We noticed some sharp differences prior to the 2023 election as regards the candidates they were supporting. Was there a time or a chance for both of them to sit across the same table to, you know, negotiate their differences and come to terms with the sharp differences that marked that election year?
Baba Fashion will be 99-year-old in May. Why Pa Adebanjo will be 97? It's just by the grace of God, they're still alive. The Baba Bachon is still alive, and Baba just left us today. So, unfortunately, there was no way both of them, none of them can be moving about anymore. But telecommunication has made life easy. They talk about it. Baba believed that that is his choice for 2023. And I mean Papa Adebanjo, but the leader believed, well, since 1987, Yoruba is our first, it's Yoruba first in anything that we do. So, and that's what happened in 2023. But the leader believed we should support the Yoruba candidate who happens to be the best among them, and we did. And we did, and he won. But that is gone now. So the difference is where it's politically, it's not the first time that people will disagree on them. It's not on ideology, though. You should remember that. It's on style and the way we have to do things. So
I hear you, Mr. Molulu. But, you know, the people on the other side would say that perhaps Pa Adebanjo is more Nigerian to have supported somebody from the southeast to become president, while Afenifere on Pa Fashoratin's side stuck with a man from Yoruba descent. How do you think his legacy will be remembered? And what impact will his contributions really have now on the social cultural group?
Thank you very much. Like I told some channels the other time, we segmented Nigeria into different segments, where there are many social, cultural, and socio-political organizations looking after their area. Let us be a very good Nigerian in our area, and then we move forward to be a good Nigerian. So we believe we have to be a good Yoruba person, look after ourselves, and transcend it to the nation. See, we agree on this in 1987 when a new, a rejuvenated Afenifere came on board. That from now on, the persecution of Abacha has taught us a lesson that we have to be a good Yoruba man first. You know, we are a pan-Nigerian organization. Nonetheless, all our ideology is meant for Nigeria. All our policy is meant for a better Nigeria. You know, so is it restructuring that we're talking about? Is it for Yoruba land alone? No. Is it state police? No. Is it a life more abundance for everybody? Is it for Yoruba land alone? No, it's for everybody. But as at the last election, we believe the person who can carry out this policy for us is somebody who is one of us, who's a member of Afenifere, and in the person of Ayo Adebanjo. And we look at all the three leading candidates, and we saw that this is the best.
All right.
Among them, and then fortunately, he is a Yoruba person, so we swung our support, and he won.
Afenifere will now have to move forward without Pa Adebanjo's leadership. I'm wondering what the organization's strategic plans are and how you intend to ensure continuity and progress towards its goals. Remember, he led the faction that appointed Dele Farotimi as the organizing secretary of the group, despite you holding that position. You don't hold that grudge against him. They say you don't fight the dead. Are you, Mr. Molulu?
Never. You see, we are children of Baba. We know Baba. I told Baba that I am going to be the next Ayo Adebanjo. Each time we had an argument in a meeting, I said, Baba, I am going to be the next CEO. So we're Baba, an enigmatic leader who believes in something, and that is what he's going to do. Baba is gone now. Baba was Baba. So nobody else. Thank God the leader is still alive. So the continuity is not a problem. Baba was an acting leader for the leader, and the leader is still alive. And most of his top lieutenants, they are still around. You know, so we believe now on that, okay, fine, since the leader is still alive and discrepancies between Baba and the other Baba that is gone and it's gone. So I don't think anybody that wants the goodness of Afenifere and that wants the goodness of Yoruba land and as a whole the goodness of Nigeria will be polluting the air anymore and be believing that, yes, who will be authorizing anybody? Whatever we do it in the name of the leader.
All right, let me hold you for a minute, Mr. Mololu, because some will say it's a little bit more complex than the way you have put it, considering the two factions that currently exist. We'll talk about what happens to that, aftermath Pa Adebanjo's demise. But that'll be right after this break. Stay with us, everyone. We're following conversation around the breaking news with the demise of the elder statesman and leader of Pan-Yoruba Social Cultural Group, Pa Adebanjo. Joining me is Kole Omololu, who is National Organizing Secretary for Afenifere. Thank you for staying the course on the program. You have always insisted that there's only one Afenifere, but we see two different factions, one led by Pa Fashoranti and the other by now late Pa Adebanjo. I know you are with Pa Fashoranti, but do you agree that this other group too is Afenifere?
Well, thank you. I agree that some people still believe, yes, we have to hold on to what we believe in and what we want to do. Organization will not move forward that way, my dearest brother. You cannot challenge the constituted authority. Afenifere since 1951 has been an orderly organization. Baba Awolowo was the first leader. When he died, Pa Adekunle Ajasin became the second leader. The third leader was Senator Ibrahim Adesoya, while the fourth since 1951 happens to be the current leader. No any other leader. And you have to be elected to be a leader by the General House. All these four has been elected. And then again, when you go back, most of them has appointed acting leader on their behalf. Baba Ajasin appointed Pa Abraham Adesoya as acting leader. When he died, there was an election and Senator Adesoya became the substantive leader. When Baba was getting older, he was getting sick again, he himself appointed an acting leader. The acting leader was Parube Fashoranti. Me that is talking to you, I was present. And then after the demise of Senator Ibrahim Adesoya, an election took place in Ijebu-Igbo, where Pa Fashoranti was elected as the substantive leader. And then, about a few years ago, three to 4 years ago, Papa Fashoranti appointed Pa Adebanjo as acting leader. Acting leader. He is the one that appoints everybody from acting leader, deputy leader, organizing secretary, national secretary, every one of us, we act on his behalf. He is the appointed and the signature of authority over Afenifere. If he says today, Omololu, you are no more the organizing secretary, so be it. That is the way we work. So, January 2024, we reorganized, Baba reorganized everything. He said, okay, from now on, I am going to be assisted by Yoruba leaders, about 23 leaders to be assisting me. The position of acting leader and that of the deputy leader was abrogated. That is how the thing has been. And I don't know anybody that has the stature to come up now to say he wants to challenge the authority. Well, if Baba was an enigma, Baba was synonymous with Afenifere. You cannot. Nobody can be another Adebanjo. Nobody. All right. Nobody alive. He's the only one that can do it. Any other person that does it will be seen as a coup plotter. You will be plotting a coup against the authority. That is what it's going to be. You can't do it. And I believe so. Yoruba don't like such a thing. Yoruba don't like, they don't like people disturbing the peace. They don't like it. Fortunately, it's still alive. It is when he died that another leader will emerge.
I hear you clearly, Mr. Omololu, but we have seen a level of internal division and controversies within the Afenifere in the past years. I don't know if you agree with those who say this has whittled down, the strength and the impact of that organization. Have there been plans in the past to merge these two groups together? Because whether or not you are with Pa Fasharoti or Pa Adebanjo, this group have some relevant individuals who have the capacity to move the social-cultural organization forward. Are there still attempts to, mend the differences between these two groups as we speak?
I plead, and I know there have been several attempts. There have been several attempts to continue to. We're still talking. It's not a personal thing. We are friends. Most of us engage in this thing. We are friends. Myself and Aki Oshitoko, we are very, very good friends, and many others like that. So there have been attempts to say, why do we continue this and that? And we know at a particular time, the death of Baba now will now put a stop to all this thing. And then again, this thing has happened since 1963. When Baba Olo was being railroaded into prison, some people came up, they called themselves Egbe Omolofi. It is like smoke that just wither away. Egbe Omolofi, in order to replace Afenifere. You see, when a brand has been there for a long time and is serving the interest of the people, hardly can you displace it. This is the second oldest organization in Africa after African National Congress. So you can't just wish it away. It is, let me tell you, those who are Afenifere, a lot of them are not talking. Lieutenant General Akiriade, Professor Bolaji Akiyemi, Oba Olufalaye, His Excellency Otumba Gbenga Daniel, His Excellency the former governor of Ogun State, our leader Akirogun, they are all there. Baba, the Archbishop Ayola Adebanjo, they're all there. These are the titans that we believe in, and they all report to Baba Fasharoti. So, our colleagues, our remaining colleagues, I think they know all this thing.
I hear you.
But again,
but yes. I want us to quickly touch on real impact, because I read your recent article where you talked about Afenifere's transformation from a political party in 1951 to a socio-political movement. How much impact does the group have now, especially in light of conversations around restructuring, making the government of the day accountable and having some real impact? You probably have access, to be able to speak to power as we speak.
Thank you. We started off as a movement, a political movement. We were a name for action group. Afenifere was a name for action group, which was a political party. Up to this minute is the press that is calling us social cultural organization. We are not. I don't see where you see us carrying masquerade or all the part, or going to Atlantic Ocean to go and worship Olokun. Those are for cultural people. We are social politicians. We are, so that's who we are. And then let me tell you, a lot of things that is happening now will not be on the pages of the newspaper. We are talking of restructuring. We are talking of regional development that the current government is implementing. Let me assure you, we have hand in it. We pass paper to the president, and he's listening to us. Whatever we say is not for the benefit of the Yoruba nation alone. It's for the benefit of Nigeria. Good governance, good fiscal policy, good serious federalism, devolving power to the states. Look at the local government achievement now that they have their power to do so many things. These are Afenifere believes, which the president is implementing. And don't forget, the president knows everything about Afenifere. He is a member of Afenifere. So there's nothing new about what we want that is new to him.
Quick one, we have just a few minutes. I wonder how Afenifere navigates the complexity, advocating the complexities of Yoruba interest and at the same time advancing concepts of national unity and cohesion.
We have always been doing that. You see, Afenifere comprises of Yoruba people, but our principle has been pan-Nigerian. Our ideology has been pan-Nigerian. So, but what Baba Awolowo told us is that be a good Yoruba man first before you become a Nigerian. Be an Omoluabi that Oduduwa gave us. Be somebody of a well-bred, from a good family. When you get to a position of power, you not steal money, you not embezzle money. All what you'll be thinking is about of man-centered philosophy, egalitarianism, where the rich and the poor has equal access to the good things of life. That is that is our mantra, and we are still continuing, and it is working. We don't have to be saying all these things. It is being implemented. Our governor, they met a few days ago. They sang Afenifere anthem. And they believe that the upwardness of the black nation on earth is in the hands of the Yoruba people. Our governors, those are the political power that bees, and they listen to what Afenifere says. You know, so our influence is there. Whatever we are doing, if it's for God, everything we are doing is for God. When you look what the meaning of Afenifere, it is in the Bible, it's in the Quran. Yoruba say, fear money, just love your neighbor as thyself. That is the meaning of Afenifere. The goodness you want for yourself, want it for other people. That is what Afenifere is all about. It's like we are preaching gospel in politics.
We have completely run out of time. I'm going to count on your optimism that both groups will come together after the demise of Adebanjo. We probably will have this conversation in the coming days and coming months as events unfold. Kole Omololu is organizing secretary of Afenifere. Thank you so much for talking to us.
I am very grateful, Nifemi. I am very grateful. And the job is on the press to report what you know. I was talking to a former editor of Punch, a political editor of Punch, and those who have held high position, who has been reporting Afenifere for a long time, they know Fashion is the leader of Afenifere until he dies. Thank you very much.
Thank you for sharing your thoughts with us. And that's our show today, everyone. Thanks for being a part of it. I am Nifemi Okunto. You can watch it again at midnight and at 6 a.m. tomorrow.